Hermit Ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. Blessed Samhain to everybody. It's one of the most magical nights of the year. I've got lots of things planned for tonight, but I thought I would start off with, I'm going to show you Tarot of Oppositions, but just before I do that, I've been over to my folks today and some goodies have arrived from the guys over at Sons of Asgard. Now, you'll recall a month ago, well, just over a month ago, about 6 weeks ago, at the last Sabbath from Mabon, I ordered the ritual kit, which was £30. So have a look back if you want to take a look at those ritual kits. I waited till payday, and of course they'd completely sold out, so I wasn't able to get a Samhain ritual kits. However, I've got lots of candles and I've got lots of tumbled stones, so the only thing I really wanted to get was some sprays, some resins and things like that, and oils. They put this box of Nagchampa sacred ritual incense in, which was really kind of them. I've never had this one before, and it smells gorgeous. It smells like, reminds me of the Radha Krishna temple in London. It has the same smell. So I ordered 3 products from the guys at Sons of Asgard. The first one is a spray. Now, they didn't have any Samhain sprays, but I instead ordered Beyond the Veil. Now, this is incredible. I'm not sure if it'll pick up on camera, but it has crystal chips in there. It's got lots of different herbs and things like that. So it says made from pure essential oils, floral waters, plant extracts, natural infusions, and crystal essences. It's a magical spray, and it's quite a large one. In fact, it's larger than the one I would have got from the Samhain kit. So I will order the Yule one earlier this year, so at least get that. I've just sprayed it. It smells absolutely beautiful. All of their products are incredible quality. I also ordered some oil because I really like their oils. And this one is actually printed on the bottle, but it might not show on camera, but it says Samhain blended magical oil. And you can wear these as well, which I often do, just a couple of drops. And they smell amazing. I put them in my temples as well and forehead. So, just that is incredible. So that's the Samhain. Like I said, I'm not quite sure if you'll see the printing on there. And then I haven't opened this one yet, but I really like their resins and herbs for burning. So this one is the Samhain hand blended loose incense. So what I do, you can just burn them straight onto the gorge. I like to put tin foil on top of mine. Let me just grab a tea light from my drawer. I like these clear tea lights, so let's just light that. There we go. So pop that on the inside, and I just put a few, look at that, you can see all the quality of their products is amazing. So I just put a little bit on top there. Oh, it smells beautiful. So I really love their products. I follow them on Facebook as well, and they show you life in Glastonbury, the tours of their shop, their products. So do check them out. Sons of Asgard at Glastonbury. So let's have a look at this deck. So this is Tarot of Oppositions, Pierluca Zizi and Michelle Di Alozio. I hope I've said that right. I can hear it crackling already. we've got wind outside as well. If you can hear that, it's like gale force winds. It's very spooky and eerie for Samhain. There's a Most Haunted live on tonight as well on YouTube on the Most Haunted channel, so I'm going to tune into that. So yes, I saw this first. I think it was Richie from Longman Tarot. He bought it in London when he met up with Sandra from Whispering Well, and he showed it on someone's channel in a discussion. I think it was either Gerald or Ben, one of the two, and I thought, oh, now that's interesting. And then he did a walkthrough on his channel, and I was like, I got a voucher for my birthday from a friend, very generous voucher actually, so I was able to get quite a few things. But having watched Rich's walkthrough, I thought, yeah, I'm just going to get it. Now, it's often, or I say often, I've seen a couple of walkthroughs now, but it's been referred to as being very similar to the Revelations Tarot by Zach Wong. And let me just move this out of the way. I can see where they're coming from. I've had this a while now. It just come with a lovely book, but it has a very similar concept, as in there is a kind of upright meaning and a shadow reversed meaning. The problem with this deck is it is paper thin. It was around the time when Llewellyn, you know, started doing nicer boxes, nicer books, but the paper thin cards, they are quite busy as well. Here's our Fool. So as you can see, it has an upright and then it has a reversed. And I liked it, and I said, oh, this will be a great deck, you know, if I'm going to do reversals. So it has a similar concept to that, but I really can't work with that cardstock, and therefore I hardly use that deck. So I thought that this might be a better way to go. I'm really enjoying Los Scarabaeo's presentation at the moment. They've done quite a few decks now like this, which is in this kind of two-part pull-up box. Beautifully illustrated, very, very sturdy. So you can see here we have the Hermit as an upright position and the Hermit in shadow, the reversed position, and the same here for our Empress. So that's really cool. I like the way that they've packaged that so that you pull it up and you see the reversed positions here. The sides are the same because we already get the Magician light and shadow and the High Priestess light and shadow. So really nice sturdy two-part box. Look how thick that cardstock is as well. Very, very durable. I love these boxes, like I said. So they stack really nice on the shelves as well. If you want them on display, you can have it out like this, but even the sides look quite nice, even though they don't have the title on the sides. They're great for storage. We do get this little book. It will be in multiple languages because that's what they do. But, you know, Los Scarabaeo have really kind of improved. That sounds a little bit kind of entitled, doesn't it? Saying that, you know, it's not that they've just gone to English titles now, but they, instead of having the multiple languages top and bottom of the cards, which I found quite distracting, they've gone to more of a universal kind of way of displaying the titles by just using symbols and numbers. So actually we get quite a chunk of English, so 54 pages of English. Does it give you kind of like, so you've got English, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese and Russian, I'm thinking. The opposing forces of the universal structure, the harmony of opposites. So it does give you a little bit about the premise of the deck. Interpreting light and shadow. So there's some card layouts there that you can use, some spreads, reading an example, and then it goes into the major arcana. There's a sizable chunk of information for each card as well. And not too bad for the minors either, a couple of paragraphs giving you the positive and the negative. So they're referring to it as positive and negative. Wow, this feels like a real chunky beast. Okay, so let's have a look. Trying to think of the best way to show these as well. So, cardstock it's got a shine, and they're not super glossy, but they do have a glossy feel to them. These are the backs, which are really nice. I love that design, actually. That's really beautiful, beautiful design. It says Tower of Oppositions, Pierluca Zisi and Michelle D'Alessio, Lo Scarabeo. And then there's usually, yeah, the advertisement, followers on Facebook, etc. at the back. But yeah, this is a nice deck. They have like a black edge, so this will be perfect edged in black to finish these edges off. But they're pretty much borderless. There is a very thin border at the sides, just so you can get the titles for both directions. But they're pretty much borderless. The colours are stunning. They're actually really vibrant on this kind of cardstock. So yeah, wow, what a chunky deck. All right, so let's do what we usually do, which is I'll zoom in and we'll have a look at the cards, and then I'll come back with my thoughts at the end. Just to say as well, the smoke is coming off this now and it smells divine. Really, really beautiful. Do you see all the smoke coming off it? Gorgeous. Okay, so I appreciate that was a longer than usual flip through, but thank you for sticking with me if you're still here. So my thoughts, I love it. I always forget as well to do a kind of a size comparison, but I've moved everything around here because I put my dominoes set out on the shelf in front of me here where I normally keep the additional card, and I can't think where I've put it, but I think, no, because that's the 1JJ and that is smaller. Let's go with this. I think they're usually a little bit smaller. Oh no, they're the same size as, this is the Make Playing Cards deck, the study deck. But I'd really be better showing you a, here it is. I found it. But yeah, so it's exactly the same size as US Games. I always thought that Los Scarabeo was a little bit shorter. That's probably Llewellyn. And as I said, the cardstock is really thick. It is nice quality. And I really like them because with having this kind of sheen, it's not a heavy set gloss, but with having this sheen, it does really make the colours pop. What I like about this design as well, as opposed to Tarot of Revelations, is the fact that it's not a card that's separated by a line or a divide. The artwork really kind of flows. There is this kind of fluidity with it. I love how here, for instance, the Fool is on the rock, but in shadow, the Fool is still on the same rock, but it's breaking away here. You know, it's actually breaking away and falling apart. I'm sorry about the wind. We're having really bad wind tonight. And notice that it's a little fox. Oh no, it's not a fox. What kind of creature is that? It might be a fox, but it's got like the tail of a fox. Whereas we've got this beautiful white dove here. Yeah, so I love it. You know, the table is still the table, but things have been spilt and fallen about here on the other side. You know, they're both sitting on the crescent moon, but in reverse it's on the upside down. I think this is a beautiful image. I'm not going to keep showing you all the reverse. I love the Hierophant look. They're wearing the same garment. It just flows. It goes a little bit darker here for the shadowy aspect. The Lovers is fantastic. Here we have this beautiful angel looking down on them, and you know the serpent has beguiled Eve and given her the apple to pass to Adam, and because Adam's about to partake from the forbidden fruit, we're getting the wrath of God. You know, and the Garden of Eden, paradise, has suddenly become this kind of desert wasteland. So I love this. I know it's a lot of biblical references. What I also like about this deck is the fact that, you know, whilst it follows the RWS, it does its own thing. It's not replicating Pixie's artwork, so it's not, you know, it's following the RWS system, but it's kind of doing its own thing. Look how this hermit staff is the same staff, but the light has gone out in the lantern here, whereas it's illuminating here in the shadow, in the light aspect. I just love it. The beautiful tiles here, the black and white tiles, and how they're all cracked and decaying here in the shadow. Love the hangman. Look at the sun. We go from day to night, sun and moon. Very happy if you look at his face here with, you know, looking at the world from a different viewpoint, but in anguish here in the shadow. Maybe stayed there too long, you know, days passed into night. The devil is really interesting as well. So I really like it. I really like this deck. Here we've got the tower just being struck, but in total devastation here, totally being ravished by flames. beautiful, beautiful. Look how the moon as well, we've got the faces in the moon, but it's shearing, you know. We're used to seeing two canine, usually a dog and a wolf, but here, and two towers, we've got one tower and the dog, and then here this is like almost like a kind of wild dog, and we've got the little crustacean coming out both sides. But look, we've gone from quite a calm, I'm not sure if this is going to show up on camera actually, maybe if I do bring it right close up, a very calm, peaceful countenance to one of anger here. It also looks like it's gone from almost feminine to masculine, but I'm not quite sure about that because, you know, the moon card. So yeah, I love it. I love the aces. The aces, the landscape really changes, but it's two hands grasping on each of the cards. Look, so we've got the cups, the pentacle there, and then the same again when we get to look at that. It's like a springtime to barren winter. Same with the swords here. So I'm not going to go for every card because I've done the flip through. Now, the only card that I don't like is this one. It's out of kilter. It's the Six of Swords, and I love the Six of Swords card. But for some reason, everything else is drawn and painted. And then we have a kind of like a photograph card. And I don't know why. It's the only one in the deck that does that. And I don't know, it's just jarring for me. I'm not quite sure why they didn't illustrate this rather than take a photograph and put a few swords on it. So it doesn't fit with the rest of the deck. Will it stop me using the deck? No, it won't, because I'm excited to work with this, and you know, I can be a messy shuffler now and not worry if they get reversed, because I'll take that as part of the reading. I don't read reversals. The reason I don't read reversals is because I think if you're laying out cards, you can pick out the shadow element anyway. And that's illustrated here with things, as I mentioned, like the moon card. You know, everything's here, just in different proportions, being read differently. So, you know, there's light and shadow within every card, in my opinion. But, you know, if people want to read reversals, brilliant. It's just that I don't. And I don't feel that I don't get a complete reading by not reading reversals. But that's just my opinion. So, Tower of Oppositions by Lo Scarabeo, or published by Lo Scarabeo. Really nice deck. Really well done. They've really come on over the last few years, I think, with the quality of their products. So have a fantastic Samhain, wherever you are and whatever your plans are for Samhain. Enjoy, and yeah, until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.